Personal brand. Is it good? No, really. How is it? It's amazing how many people actually haven't done or believe they've got a really good brand and perception and personal brand in the marketplace, but it's a bit of a mixed bag. I would recommend, and obviously, this is a given, have a good look at your offline and certainly have a good look at your online presence. The good thing about technology and those sort of things as well, it's pretty easy to find, but certainly the harder one, of course, is talking about your offline brand, etc. too. What we recommend to people there is your last couple of peers, give them a call, grab a cup of coffee and say, look, I really value your opinion and feedback. Can I ask you some candid questions? How do you think I do this? What's your thoughts and feedback on my background, personality, skills, experience, track record, etc. here? You may or may not be pleasantly surprised, but take that feedback on board and don't take it as a harsh criticism. The other thing we kind of throw in, and you've probably seen this a lot now, is videos becoming huge. So the second most searched thing on Google, of course, is jumping on YouTube. If any of you got kids, you'll know they spend a lot of time watching video. It's massive. So we've seen a few people now experimenting with video as an application letter. Why? Because everyone's got a camera. You've got a mobile phone, all that sort of good stuff. Spend a couple of minutes, record a 60-second that says, hi, this is who I am, this is what I'm about, this is how I can add some value to your company. Just embed it, add as a link with your application letter. You'll be surprised how many people have a look at it. And particularly for those that not from here or don't have some local expertise or whatever the case may be, it's one of the ways that one will differentiate you from other people who are applying for roles, and two, possibly it's a way they get to see who you are in the flesh in beautiful high definition. Next, talk about your resume. I could spend and do a whole session on basically how to improve your resume and what have you. One of the key things is that you typically see is people rehash and just pull out the old resume time and time and time again. Stop, have a look, give it a spit and polish. Ask one of your mates to have a look at it, or, as I joke with some people, pay someone to do it. Invest a few $100s or whatever the case may be and get someone who's bloody good at writing resumes to professionally write it for you. Make sure it's got the right content. Copywriting and those sorts of things is really good. It's very, very important. The quick thing that I would say on that too, of course, is please make sure that what's in your resume matches up with what's on your LinkedIn profile or in your online presence as well. And I'll give you a couple of anecdotes on that later. The final part, I'm just adding on that too, is that there's a bit of an acronym. Obviously IT is full of them. We use called the C's acronym. So basically when someone's reviewing their CV, it's basically what can we see in this person. So the first thing they're going to focus on and needs to sing and dance and basically come out of the page is, what are your successes? What have you achieved? What have you delivered? First and foremost before your experience, which genuinely needs to be 5 years or 10 years worth of experience, not the first year repeated 5 times. Finally, it's about your education, so all the things that you're doing here in terms of your ongoing training and development, the maintenance of your certifications, etc. is absolutely critical. And then finally, the most important part is in and around what skills are you doing, what skills are you developing, what skills are you thinking about that are coming in and coming down the track in the future that you're preparing yourself for, so you're thinking about your next role or perhaps your next contract. And then the final part that we talk about in terms of your personal brand is basically be smart. And I've deliberately put in bold, be smart about your online profile. So LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and Pinterest. It's amazing. I guarantee you now that people talk about it's not being done, but if people are serious with you, they will do some due diligence, which will include having a look at what you write on Twitter, potentially your Facebook profile, and I'll also have a look at LinkedIn as well. Be mindful of that.